We certainly cannot talk about international business without looking at the related and equally important notions of globalization. One of those things that we hear about it all the time but yet fully understand or may struggle to properly define what we actually mean when we discuss globalization. It is quite fashionable term which is emerged in the last 20 or 30 years, largely in response to the rapid change in structures around the world. Globalization is a broad concept, and there certainly isn't a cogent theory of globalization. We cannot really have a one-size-fits-all approach when we try to understand it. The former President of the United States, Mr. Barack Obama, he described and noted that globalization is a fact because of the technology, because of the integrated global supply chain, and because of the change in transportation. And we are not going to be able to build a wall around that. The following video will provide more overviews concerning globalization.
Every day, we knowingly or unknowingly experience globalization, the worldwide movement of people, ideas, money, goods, data, drugs, weapons, computer and biological viruses, greenhouse gases, and more. This isn't new. People and goods have always moved around the world. The Silk Road, a network of trade routes stretching from the Mediterranean Sea to East Asia, facilitated the spread of fabrics, spices, art, weapons, technology, ideas, and disease over thousands of years. What is new, however, is the scale, velocity, and range of these flows across borders. Think about the speed at which an infectious disease like Ebola or Zika can spread around the world, or the reach of a financial contagion like the crisis of 2008. Look at your smartphone and think about the global coordination it took to produce. The interconnectedness of the modern world allows ideas, behaviors, styles, products, and news to spread more quickly and broadly than during any other period of history. But globalization's effects are complex. What represents an upside for some people might represent a downside for others. Technology, for example, allows billions of people to contact friends and access news from around the world. International supply chains, the networks that turn raw materials into finished items, produce and distribute goods more quickly and cheaply than ever. But the pace of technological innovation has also led to the automation of manufacturing processes, which eliminates jobs. Trade is another example. Between 1970 and 2015, global exports and imports of goods each multiplied more than 50 times. More imports lead to increased consumer choices and reduced prices, and more trade can strengthen ties between trading partners and promote peace, security, and growth. But more trade opportunities and technological advances mean many corporations choose to shift their operations to countries where the labor and natural resources are cheaper. And the individuals and companies that can take advantage of international resources experience outsized gains, which widens the growing gap between the rich and the poor. The effects of globalization, both negative and positive, are a reality. No one can opt out entirely. But governments have many options for responding. They can choose how open or closed they want to be towards trade, investment, visitors, immigrants, refugees, internet traffic, and more. Governments can also contend with globalization through collective rather than national responses. A set of international institutions and other arrangements has emerged to manage globalization. Although some countries view globalization as a threat to local identity, culture, or social and political norms, no country can be entirely self-sufficient. The challenge is for individual governments and the world collectively to promote globalization's benefits while effectively helping the individuals and countries that globalization hurts the most.
Interestingly, even we realize that interconnectedness has become part of our life. The whole world is working on standardizing operating procedure, expectation, preference, and cultural aspect. There has been a bit of pushback, a bit of shift from globalization to what we could describe as localization. There are more and more culture, and indeed countries have said that they don't want to be just a part of the world. They want to be recognized as different, unique, and separate from others. What sparked my interest and perhaps yours is Vietnam's coffee culture, an impressive thing that stands out as synonymous with the country as heritage that has been taken hold. Considering market penetration, once a company needs to work around that concept and put a strategy in place to conform to national preference to the use of celebrity endorsement or inclusive collection. Here we come to the final thought, illegal of international business. International business refers to a wide range of business activities undertaken across national borders that enable people to access the worldwide products and services and profoundly affect the quality of life and economic well-being. Globalization refers to a process where businesses are dealt in markets around the world apart from local and national markets. It is a process of international integration arising from interchange of worldviews, product, ideas, and mutual sharing and other aspects of culture.